Hi, this is MEZA Grand Duchess Rasmus Gooden, also known as Ryan Tomlinson. Today is Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Tomorrow is Hump Day. Are you happy? Are you ready? Seems like the summer is flying fast. But where are you in your New Year's resolutions? What has happened since you sat the 1st of January and you thought, this is what I was going to achieve? Have you been hampered purposely or unpurposely? Have you been hindered by your own efforts because of duplicity and duality? Or are you moving in a steady track, gaining, and even gaining more enemies than you ever thought that you would have? Well, I have a commentary here tonight. I thought of my independence and how I have grown in the last 6 months, staying true to myself, my belief, my outlook, and my goals, and so forth. What it is that circles around us or around me, some of it we have no control over. So I tend to put my focus on my goal and then let the rest play its role. So I want to bring us back. One thing I'm happy tonight that I thought about this really, the diminishment. I said diminish. There's a lot of things that are diminished with people who lie and cheat and so forth. Look at all the efforts and all those lives lost for Iraq. Still, there were no weapons of mass destruction. What a farce. How many are you sit tonight without brothers, sisters, mothers, sons, and daughters? All because of a lie, while the Bushes sit at their ranch and they have their families. And your children cannot even get VA care and benefits and so forth, and they die and so forth. What, what a sad thing for us. Is this what our Constitution and independence represent? Well, some say it's revenge. But whatever the cost, lives has been lost. And it's now time for us to come to conscience. The stinking S's, I say, the SS Nazi. And it doesn't mean racist. It still lives and it's living with us. Imagine countless children are dead for this Iraqi freedom war that we gained nothing from and benefited nothing from. Just the rich and their oil fields and the banks and the wealth and the money laundering between the legal money laundering between governments. That's all. While countless Iraqi children died, mothers, homes destroyed. And same thing with us. You lost a whole lot. Well, now I applaud the Iraqis. Happy Independence Day to them. This is their 4th of July. This is their the people of Iraq decided Maliki has to go. Well, let them go on their own accord. And don't you dare support it. Do not support them and their troops in Iraq. You have supported them with your lives to nothingness, to the instability of your family, to the brokenness of your family, and to the sheer moronism of the end of the war. Successive morons as president, including the current one. It doesn't, it doesn't, it doesn't, it doesn't, it doesn't. What is the appeal now? What is the distraction now? You would think wherever there is truth, wherever there is integrity, where there ever is fair play and ethics, there is justification. And poor us, we have no justification. But those Iraqis, they have justification. Yes, your sons and daughters and mothers and fathers are gone. But remember our own independence. We had to fight the stinking British for integrity, fairness, and justice. Something that we seem to have forgotten that we represent. And so today I was thinking, get rid of your stinking S's, the S's, the stinking failures, the stinking army and the stinking Department of Defense that fear, living in fear of terrorists, and still the targets and the places we went to, the terrorists were not there. And continue to torture us with their own insecurity and their fears. Who does life remember most? The people that put to the forefront human rights, human dignity, and the sanctity of human life and freedom. Poor little Iraqis never had that chance. We're waiting for Libya and Syria and so forth to catapult. And maybe it's their strategy to destabilize all the Middle East so that they will never be strong enough so that anyone could come and fight them in such a capacity that they are. Well, my dears, you take that to your conscience. And if you're a Christian, if you believe that you should kill other families so that your family, quote unquote, can live, and they're not even in your world, then you justify that. I have not found the justification of it. I think about Martin Luther King, and I think the opposite Obama is from that. If we were really stalwarts of the Constitution, gay rights would not be a law. All men are created equal, flowers and feathers. And there, who does history remember the most? The people that buck the fear and tell the truth are the ones that said, I will not. I will not. Or I will follow the status quo. I bring to mind Colin Powell. Who gives a shit? Do you remember him? That man lived in fear of running for president. And that to me is one of the most obviously lackluster thing of a character. Fear of. We don't go around in fear of anymore. We never have and never will be. No matter race, color, or creed, when that first black man died in the War of Independence, we weren't in fear of color then. So what is the institutional fear? And we have Mr. Obama riding on failures internationally, economically. But I say, I'm going to depart from them in my own the torture I suffered in the army after being assaulted and subjugated and persecuted by them. It just seems that life comes full circle. The VA under investigation. No longer this great honor for army values, because it does not represent my value. But I want to say the value of me. I sink the stinking S's and saved and sanctified myself and became enlivened. I knew that self-worth was worth my life. So I look at the failure that feared to find them, and that's where they're living. Good night, stinking US Army. You did me ills, but it was your ill for generations to come. Have a good evening. This is MEZA Grand Duchess Rasmus Coded, 3706 Banner Road.